If you are new to Mac after years of using Windows, I already know how this feels. Switching from Windows to Mac is not about learning one or two tricks. It is about rewiring small habits. In this video, I am sharing 10 essential Mac tips and tricks that actually make a difference, especially if you are new to Mac after using Windows. And as always, this is Soft Switch, where we make Apple aesthetic, simple, and stress-free. Hi! Tip number 1 that actually makes a difference is learning how to preview files instantly without opening them. This is one of the first moments where most Windows users realize Mac works differently in a good way. Instead of double-clicking files and opening full programs, Mac lets you quickly look inside almost anything. To do this, open Finder by clicking the blue face icon in your dock. Click once on any file. It can be a photo, a document, or a PDF. Now press the spacebar on your keyboard. A preview window opens immediately, showing you the contents of the file. You can scroll, look through pages, or even play videos. When you are done, press the spacebar again to close it. This one habit alone saves you dozens of clicks every day and keeps your workflow calm and focused. Tip number 2 that actually makes a difference is using Spotlight Search to open apps and files in seconds. If you are new to Mac, you might still be searching through folders or Launchpad to find what you need. Spotlight is faster and becomes second nature once you use it. Press and hold the Command key, then press the space key. A search bar appears in the center of your screen. Start typing the name of an app like Safari or Notes, then press return and it opens instantly. You can also search for files, settings, or even do quick calculations. This is one of the most essential Mac tips for beginners because it replaces a lot of unnecessary clicking and makes your Mac feel responsive and smart. Tip number 3 that actually makes a difference is mastering screenshots and screen recordings the Mac way and making them fast enough that you actually use them. Many new Mac users struggle here because it works differently than on Windows, and the default shortcuts are not always the most intuitive. On Mac, there is one central menu for both screenshots and screen recordings, and you can even customize how fast you access it. To open the screenshot and screen recording menu, press and hold the Command key, then the Shift key, then the number 5. A control bar appears at the bottom of your screen. From here, you can choose to capture the full screen, capture a specific window, or capture a selected area. You can also start a screen recording, either of the entire screen or just a portion of it. Now, here is the part that actually makes a difference. You can change the shortcut that opens this menu to something that feels more natural to you. I personally changed mine so that when I press the Command key and the letter S, the screenshot and recording menu opens instantly. That means in 1 second, I can choose whether I want to take a screenshot or start a screen recording without thinking about it. To customize this, open System Settings, go to Keyboard, then Keyboard Shortcuts, and find the section for screenshots. From there, you can change the shortcut for opening the screenshot and recording menu to something that feels easy and memorable for you. Once you do this, screenshots stop feeling like a chore and start feeling effortless. Before capturing anything, make sure to click Options in the screenshot menu. This allows you to choose where your screenshots are saved so they do not clutter your desktop. You can save them to a specific folder, which keeps everything clean and organized. Once this is set up, taking screenshots and screen recordings becomes fast, simple, and something you naturally use every day on your Mac. Tip number 4 that actually makes a difference is using Trackpad Gestures to move around your Mac smoothly. This is where Mac really starts to shine compared to Windows. To set this up, open System Settings and click Trackpad. Make sure gestures like Mission Control are turned on. Mission Control allows you to see all open windows by placing 3 or 4 fingers on the trackpad and swiping upward. To switch between full screen apps or desktops, place 3 or 4 fingers on the trackpad and swipe left or right. These gestures help you stop getting lost between windows and make your Mac feel fluid and organized. Tip number 5 that actually makes a difference is turning on trackpad dragging, so moving files and windows feels natural instead of frustrating. By default, dragging on a Mac requires you to press down on the trackpad while moving your finger, which can feel awkward, especially if you are coming from Windows. To change this, open System Settings and go to Accessibility. Then click Pointer Control and open Trackpad Options. Turn on the setting called Use Trackpad for Dragging. Once this is enabled, you can choose between 2 different dragging styles: 3-finger dragging or drag lock. With 3-finger dragging, you place 3 fingers on the trackpad and move them together to drag files, windows, or text. You do not need to press down at all. This can feel very smooth and fast once you get used to it, especially if you like gesture-based navigation. With drag lock, you lightly tap the trackpad twice on the item you want to move and keep your finger down on the second tap. After that second tap, the item stays locked to your finger and you can drag it freely. You can even lift your finger and place it back down to continue dragging without losing control. When you are done, you simply tap once, lift your finger to release the item. Tip number 6 that actually makes a difference is moving files properly instead of accidentally creating duplicates. This is a common frustration for people switching from Windows. To move a file on Mac, first copy it by pressing and holding the Command key and the letter C. Then go to the folder where you want the file to live. Press and hold the Option key, then the Command key, then the letter V. This moves the file instead of copying it. This small habit keeps your folders clean and prevents file chaos from slowly building up over time. Before we continue, I want to hear from you. What has been the most confusing part of switching from Windows to Mac so far? Finder, screenshots, multitasking, or something else? Leave a comment and tell me, because your answers help me create better beginner tutorials for you. Tip number 7 that actually makes a difference is deleting files quickly and permanently to avoid clutter building up on your Mac. Instead of dragging files to the trash and forgetting about them, you can remove them in one intentional step. Click once on a file in Finder, then press and hold the Option key, the Command key, and the Delete key at the same time. Your Mac will ask you to confirm, and once you do, the file is permanently deleted without going to the trash. This is especially helpful when you are cleaning up downloads, old screenshots, or files you know you no longer need. Using this method keeps clutter from quietly piling up in the background and helps your Mac stay clean, light, and enjoyable to use. Tip number 8 that actually makes a difference is customizing the Finder sidebar, so your most important folders are always within reach. Finder can feel overwhelming when everything is hidden behind clicks. To fix this, open Finder and locate a folder you use often, like a project folder. Click the folder and drag it into the Finder sidebar under Favorites. You can rearrange these folders in any order that feels natural to you. This is one of the most essential Mac organization tips because it turns Finder into a system instead of a mess. And if you want a full walkthrough on setting up Finder efficiently, make sure to watch my Finder organization video after this one. Tip number 9 that actually makes a difference is using Safari profiles to separate different areas of your life. If you are overwhelmed by too many tabs, this will change everything. Open Safari, go to Safari settings, and create separate profiles for things like work, content creation, or personal use. Each profile can have its own tabs, favorites, and extensions. This helps you stay focused and prevents your browsing life from turning into chaos. For a full setup that makes Safari clean and efficient, I recommend watching my Google Chrome versus Safari video next. Tip number 10 that actually makes a difference is optimizing your menu bar so the information and tools you need are always visible at a glance. This is especially powerful if you use more than one Apple device. To set this up, open System Settings and go to Control Center. From here, you can choose what appears in your menu bar. One of the first things to turn on is battery percentage. Instead of guessing based on an icon, you can instantly see exactly how much power you have left, which helps you plan your work sessions and avoid sudden low battery moments. It is a small change, but it removes a lot of unnecessary stress. This is also where file sharing becomes incredibly efficient. By making tools like AirDrop easy to access, you can quickly send files between your Mac, iPhone, or iPad, whether it is a photo, a document, or a video. Sharing becomes a one-step action instead of a whole process. Once you start using this regularly, your devices stop feeling separate and start working together as one system. If you are new to Mac and want to keep learning without stress, your next step is my Beginner to Mac playlist. It is designed to guide you step by step so you never feel lost. If this video helped you, subscribe for more calm and aesthetic Apple tutorials and comment what you want help with next. This is Soft Switch, where we make Apple aesthetic simple and stress-free. See you in the next one.